What might have been? Dani Harmer almost played Debbie Dingle in Emmerdale. Fans of British television know Dani Harmer as one of the most iconic children's TV stars of her generation. As the fierce, funny, and rebellious Tracy Beaker, she captured hearts across the UK, growing up on screen through the original story of Tracy Beaker series and its various sequels and spin-offs. However, according to a recent revelation by the actress herself, things might have turned out very differently had just one audition gone another way. In a nostalgic and surprising TikTok post, Dani Harmer opened up about some of the pivotal moments in her early career, sharing behind-the-scenes details of auditions that could have taken her down entirely different paths. Among the most shocking of these, Harmer came close to being cast as Debbie Dingle in ITV's long-running soap Emmerdale, a role that eventually went to Charlie Webb and spanned nearly 2 decades of screen time. In her own words, Harmer described the idea of her playing Debbie Dingle as weird, and yet, for a brief time, it was a very real possibility. Dani Harmer's career, a look back before the Beaker breakthrough. To fully appreciate the significance of Harmer's audition for Emmerdale, it's worth remembering just how diverse her early career attempts were. While many assume she was always destined to become Tracy Beaker, the path to that breakout role was paved with close calls and near misses. I auditioned for Emmerdale before I got Tracy Beaker, Harmer revealed in her video. I got quite far for that one too, but didn't get it. Probably because I wasn't Northern. That final comment is telling. While Harmer's talent was clearly undeniable, her Southern accent likely worked against her for a show as regionally rooted as Emmerdale. The Yorkshire-based soap has long prided itself on its authentic Northern characters, and Harmer herself admitted that she was likely never quite the right fit for Debbie. I don't think I was ever right for that, but what could have been? Definitely weren't right for that one. Even so, the idea that the actress who became a household name as Tracy Beaker could have instead been a Dingle in the Emmerdale universe is fascinating. It's a glimpse into a parallel version of British TV history, one where Dani Harmer walked the fields of Yorkshire instead of the halls of the dumping ground. The role that wasn't Debbie Dingle's place in Emmerdale. The role Harmer nearly landed went on to become one of Emmerdale's most complex and compelling female characters. Debbie Dingle, played by Charlie Webb from 2002 until her departure in 2021, debuted on the soap as a troubled teenager with a complicated past, the secret daughter of Cain Dingle and Charity Dingle. Over the years, Debbie evolved from rebellious youth to hardened businesswoman, mother, and occasional criminal. She was at the heart of some of the soap's most dramatic and memorable storylines, including controversial plots involving baby swaps, affairs, and violent feuds. Charlie Webb's performance consistently earned praise for its emotional depth and authenticity. It's hard to imagine anyone else in the role, and yet, for a time, it was nearly Dani Harmer who would have brought Debbie to life. Had Harmer landed the part, it's likely that the trajectory of both her career and that of Emmerdale itself would have looked very different. Instead of anchoring one of CBBC's most beloved series, she could have spent 2 decades as part of one of ITV's flagship dramas. Harmer's other almost roles. Emmerdale wasn't the only show that almost had Dani Harmer in a leading role. In her TikTok video, the actress also opened up about a few other career near misses that could have reshaped the face of British and even international TV. One of the most surprising revelations? She came very close to landing a lead role in My Parents Are Aliens, another cult children's show from the early 2000s. The ITV sitcom followed the everyday challenges of 3 foster kids being raised by extraterrestrial guardians, blending family comedy with sci-fi hijinks. I got down to the final 2 for My Parents Are Aliens, Harmer said. I was absolutely gutted not to get it at the time. Though missing out on the part was a disappointment, Harmer wouldn't be down for long. Just a year later, she landed the role of Tracy Beaker, a decision that would not only define her career but also change the landscape of British children's television forever. But perhaps the most surprising, what if, of all, was her brief flirtation with international stardom. In a jaw-dropping twist, Harmer revealed that she had auditioned for the role of Lily Truscott, the best friend of Miley Stewart, aka Hannah Montana, in the Disney Channel's mega-hit series Hannah Montana. It was literally a 3-second audition, she laughed. They were briefly considering casting a UK actor alongside Miley Cyrus. But in the end, they went with Emily Osment, who was already involved with Disney. Harmer wasn't bitter about the outcome. In fact, she appeared to relish the irony of her near casting. What could have been, If I'd landed any of those roles other than Tracy Beaker, I could have been in Emmerdale, could have worked with Miley Cyrus. She concluded the video on a philosophical note. Everything happens for a reason. A life after Beaker. Dani Harmer's evolving career. While she didn't become a Dingle or a Disney star, Donny Harmer's career has been both successful and enduring. After initially starring in The Story of Tracy Beaker in 2002, she reprised the role in multiple follow-ups, including Tracy Beaker Returns and My Mum Tracy Beaker, which explored the character's adult life as a mother. The emotional resonance of the character, combined with Harmer's deeply empathetic performance, helped Tracy Beaker become one of the longest-running and most beloved franchises in British children's TV. In many ways, Harmer grew up with the role, and her audience grew up with her. Beyond acting, Harmer showcased her versatility in 2012 when she competed on Strictly Come Dancing, impressing audiences with her rhythm, charm, and grace. She made it all the way to the Final Four and gained a whole new fanbase in the process. Since then, Harmer has explored theater roles, panel appearances, and is now a popular voice on social media, where she shares everything from parenting tips to behind-the-scenes memories. Despite her many successes, she remains grounded, honest, and grateful, qualities that have made her one of the UK's most relatable stars. Debbie Dingle's latest mention in Emmerdale. Is there a comeback on the cards? While Charlie Webb left Emmerdale in 2021 to focus on family life and other ventures, Debbie Dingle has remained a lingering presence in the show's lore. This week, her name resurfaced once again during a poignant moment between her daughter Sarah Sugden and other characters in the village. In a twist that caught viewers off guard, Debbie was revealed to have emigrated to Australia, a bombshell she dropped before Sarah could deliver some bad news. The off-screen move seems to confirm that Debbie won't be returning anytime soon, though in the world of soaps, one should never say never. Could there be a surprise appearance down the line? Could Debbie Dingle return for a special episode, wedding, or tragedy? While nothing has been confirmed, fans remain hopeful. And with Charlie Webb now pursuing new acting projects, a future return isn't entirely out of the question. What if? In showbiz. Harmer's revelation is a perfect example of one of the most fascinating aspects of show business, the roles that almost happened. Behind every iconic performance is a string of casting decisions, and a dozen actors who came close to landing the gig. It's a reminder that careers are often shaped as much by the parts we don't get as the ones we do. Harmer didn't become Debbie Dingle, but she became Tracy Beaker, a character that arguably had an even greater cultural impact. Fan reactions. Can you imagine? Following her TikTok reveal, fans of both Emmerdale and Tracy Beaker took to social media to share their shock, delight, and musings over how different things could have been. Donny Harmer as Debbie Dingle? My brain is broken, one fan tweeted. I love Charlie Webb, but Donny would have brought something totally different to Debbie. I'd pay to see an alternate universe episode, another posted. Others simply expressed gratitude that Harmer ended up where she did. No one but Donny Harmer could have been Tracy Beaker. It was destiny. Final thoughts. Sliding doors and soap stars. In the end, Donny Harmer's near miss with Emmerdale is less a tale of regret than one of fate. The sliding door moment that could have taken her to the Yorkshire Dales instead led her into the hearts of a generation of CBBC viewers. And as she continues to share stories from her journey with honesty and humor, she reminds us all that the path not taken can still lead to the perfect destination. So whether she's reminiscing about missed auditions, dancing on Strictly, or raising her own children, Donny Harmer's story is far from over. As she said herself, everything happens for a reason. And for now, Emmerdale's loss remains Tracy Beaker's gain.